Okay, hi and welcome back. So today's the big day. I'm heading to Italy. I'm in the car. I've got some bits and bobs with me. I'm about to hit the motorway. They relaxed the rules for EU travel, so with a good reason I can go for 5 days without quarantine into Italy. I need to fill out a pre-registration form online and take a negative test. And a justifiable reason, well, the justifiable reason obviously is the house and the fact that there's probably, well, almost definitely water coming in through the roof. I also have a meeting with the architect for the subsidy plan. We're going to have to sign some paperwork there to get that actually going on. So that shouldn't really be a problem. I did my test this morning, obviously negative, otherwise I wouldn't be sat here now, I would be in quarantine. I've got my masks, I've got a little bit of food and stuff, so I won't have to leave the village much. And now we have to drive, well, across the border. We'll see how that goes. And then across the various regions. There are some restrictions to interregional travel, so I might well get checked. I'll let you know as and when. But I've got all my paperwork with me, so we should be fine. I do follow the rules quite well, but then very specifically. So if the rule says this, then I will have made sure that I've got all the correct paperwork for that, and there'll be no discussions. So it's about, what time is it? It's almost exactly 10 o'clock in the morning. So we've got 4 3/4 hour probably in front of us. So sometime hopefully before 3 this afternoon, we should ship up. And that'll be perfect. The sun is shining. We're going to obviously have to open the windows, put some heating on, get the water back on, get the water heater on. So, but for now, let's hit the road and see how well we do getting across the border. So we're not quite over the border yet. You can still see there's a bit of snow up on top of the mountains. But what's very surprising is just how empty the motorway still is. There is really nobody here. We're still in Austria. We've got about 13 kilometers to the border. There are a couple of villages in between, but you would have expected a little bit more traffic. There's a couple of lorries, but that's really about it. So we'll see what it's like in Italy. If the roads are as empty as this, then it'll be a very nice, relaxing and quick drive down. Have to wait and see. Servus.
Wo kommen Sie denn her?
Innsbruck.
Wo fahren Sie?
Pompremoli, Toskana.
Okay, einen Test haben Sie, oder?
Test for you. Good morning.
Passt. Danke.
Danke dir. Ciao.
Bisher hat Jobsuche so geklungen. Ab sofort klingt Jobsuche in Österreich so. So schnell kann's gehen. Ein Klick auf die neue AMS-Jobsuchmaschine. Alle Jobs und Sie ersparen sich jetzt das lange Suchen auf verschiedenen Internetseiten. Mit Alle Jobs finden Sie alle freien Stellen in Österreich. www.ams.at/allejobs. Die neue Jobsuchmaschine des AMS. Alle Jobs. Finde ich gut. Eine endgültige Einschaltung des Arbeitsmarktservice. Nachlesen April. Wirkung des AMS.
Okay, well, we're in Italy. Went through the border. It was only Austrian checks. They checked my test, my negative corona test, and asked where I was going and how long for, but that was it. They just really wanted to see the test, and the Italians haven't checked me at all yet coming in. So quite often there is, in fact, the first Italian control is done at the place where you have to pay for the motorway. So I'll film as we go through there, but so far so good. I haven't made it far. This is a complete standstill traffic jam. I don't know how long we're going to sit here. The nav says a quarter of an hour, but nothing's moved since I got into traffic jam. I haven't moved a meter. Engines off, people getting out of their cars and having a cigarette. How very boring. I hope this isn't all the way down and they've decided to fix all the roads because there's less traffic. But this is very, very dull. Okay, so we're definitely getting closer. We're about 50 something kilometers away now from the house, so about 45-ish kilometers from the exit to Pontremoli off the motorway and up the little windy road up to the hill. It's about 20 degrees, so it's a lot warmer than it was in Innsbruck. It's been fine. The weather's been really good. We've had quite a few little traffic jams, so it's taken longer than normally would, but that's mainly because they seem to be repairing every road from here to Innsbruck for some reason. I guess it was a hard winter. I'm getting more and more, well, not nervous, but I'm very interested to see, it's been a good 6 months of forced absence. Oops, the roads aren't great here, so it keeps shaking the phone around. So after 6 months of forced absence, it'll be interesting to see if things have gone mouldy, if we have creepy crawlies or mice or anything in the house. I don't think we left anything worth eating in the house, so that should be okay. And the village is well equipped with cats, so I haven't seen any mice hanging around. But I'll be very interested to see. So the last 3/4 of an hour-ish, and then we'll catch up once we're there. Okay, here we are. Sorry it's a little rattly, but as you can see the road has not been redone since we were last here. I hope you can hear me. My keys rattling around and everything in the car rattling around. But in just a couple of meters we'll be able to see the house for the first time in 6 months. But you forget how tight this is. Just up here I'm going to have to fold in both my wing mirrors to get through and hope that the phone doesn't fall off its holder thing. But there it is, and it's still there. So what I'm going to do is fold my wing mirrors in and squeeze through this extremely tight gap without bashing either of them, hopefully. And then I'm going to pull up, I'm going to get my bag and out and put him on the stairs and go and park the car up by the church, and then I'll come down and we'll go in together. So here we are. I've unloaded my stuff. Some beer, obviously, some toilet paper, some clothes, laptop and a couple of noodles. Nothing's moved, obviously. That gutter's still there. That piece of metal we put up, it isn't. Okay. Oh, it's just starting to rain, so I'm going to have to go and get the stuff up. At least the clothes, the beer will be fine. Okay, well, it looks just like a quick shower. It's beautiful over there. There is one cloud up here. Without further ado, I've just thrown everything up there. Let's open the door. I'm gonna have to hold this one. I'll be right back. There we go. So that worked. Okay. So obviously with heavy rain, some water's still come in underneath the side of the door that we didn't fix up properly. The side of the door we did. Seems to be okay. And it's still leaking in there. No surprises there, but that's probably going to have gone into the little bedroom. Let's see how we're doing in here. Everything's still here. Oh. I don't remember leaving that window open, but obviously did. Well, I don't think that's a terrible thing, although a lot of dust and stuff on the old washing machine. Let's see how the terrace is holding up. Little bulby lights are still here. That plant has died. I don't know if that's a weed or if that's what we planted in there, but oh look, the rosemary's quite happy though. And the view is still as spectacular as ever. Some tiles that have gone. We really need to get the roof done, so I'll update you on that once I've spoken to the architect. But it looks okay. There's the jacuzzi. Yeah, these have held up quite nicely and they're still quite a nice colour. So that's not bad, none of them have blown away. Let's go up the stairs. Should we turn on? No, we'll turn on the water and the lights in a minute. You guys don't need to watch all of that. Okay. To be honest with you, it doesn't smell that bad. It really doesn't. Well, there's some damp there, and there's a little bit of damp there, and there's a little bit of mould there, but this is all dry to the touch. So the last time I came there was water in one of these chairs, because obviously that's plastic. This time it doesn't look like there is, so that's not too bad. I don't think I've turned this, no I haven't turned this circuit on, so we've got no lights here. Let me see. There's light here because this is obviously a different circuit. Well, it really doesn't smell bad, and there's no mould there anymore. Ah, there's some water that's come in there. Yeah, well, it did rain very, very heavily, and there are lots of roof problems here. How's this? Oh, that looks fine. Shower's still here. Still looks fabulous. I haven't turned the water on yet. It's not massively cold. Let's see what it is. In here we've got 12 degrees. So 12 degrees will do. I'm going to open all of the windows now, and then we'll go through the plan of action. The first plan of action, I think, is going to be going to get stuff in from the terrace, get the water on, get the lights on, get the windows open, and then probably have a beer. Water's on. I can hear it running into the loo up there. Let's go and see if we're filling up the water tank. Certainly sounds like it. So go upstairs, open the taps, let the air out of the lines, and open the windows. Okay, well, to be honest, I'm quite pleasantly surprised because nothing seems to have been really rotten. There's that little bit of mould on the sofa, but I'm not really worried about that. But it has rained a lot over the winter. There are some infiltrations. We will definitely have to do some serious work on the roof. But all in all, I'm just happy to be here. Grin the size of Cheshire on my face. So I'm going to basically tidy up, get myself a beer after that drive, and then we'll come in tomorrow morning with the plan for the next couple of days, what really needs to be done urgently, what needs to be done and realistically can be done, and what we'll have to wait for next time. Oops, looks like I made a bit of a mess of that. The water drain plug at the very bottom is still plugged on still, it's only running out here. So you see these clever locks they have here, nothing like an old shoelace. Let's go and turn that off, stop wasting water. Okay, that's off, that's it. While we're down here, nothing looks particularly wrong. The last couple of dribbles will come out of there. Doesn't look like much has shifted here either. There were some cracks, but well, compared to an old picture maybe at some point. But there we go. So that was foolish, but all fixed now. Well, I see something over there calling me. Okay, so well, I've got the heating running. I've been just wandering around, pottering about a bit, looking at things, enjoying the view, and I've had my beer now, so I'm feeling much better. And I haven't really come across anything terrible so far. Turned the fridge on. It's now 17 degrees inside, so that's that was pretty quick and easy. Tomorrow we'll have a clamber up here and see what's going on up there, how much water came in there. We'll have a general bigger poke around, and then we'll move on to some of the projects for the next couple of days. But first what I'm going to do is I'm going to wander up and see what the Golf looks like, the convertible Golf that we left here at the end of last summer. It's been stood in the field. We'll see how that does. There she is. Hasn't moved. Tyres are probably a little flatter than they were, but let's see. Oh dear, a sorry looking sight. That's a lot of mould on the steering wheel and on the gear lever, and a bit on the seat. In fact, let me see if I can open the door, which I can. you can see that where it's pretty much only moulded where bits of person have probably sweated and so on. So seatbelt, this is obviously from someone's hand, as is that. I don't have to mention where the middle of the seat is, but the passenger seat has much less. So obviously it's not super watertight. I think the best thing to do, I'm just going to see how the battery is. Number plate's fallen off, no big deal there. The battery is huge, but I did disconnect it cleverly. I certainly wasn't expecting it to have to sit around for that much time. Oh, there was a little spark there. Let's put that on. Let's see if it'll start. No gear. I need the fan. Full of petrol. Oh, look at that. That's Volkswagen for you. Started perfectly, even though it's been stood here for 6 months. So, I need to get rid of the mould quite dramatically, which I'll get some spray for back at the house. First thing I'm going to do, because it's not going to rain today or tomorrow, is just let the roof down and let it air for a bit. Still a result that it starts. Well, if you stand a little bit further back, it doesn't look too bad. As you, well, most of you will probably know, I do have a soft spot for old Volkswagens, and this one is no exception. So leave it to air for a little while, and then maybe tomorrow in the evening, of half an hour, once I'm fed up with doing things in the house, give it a clean. Right, I think I might just go for a little wander now. It is pretty up here. But that's probably going to be it for today. We've had the trip. I've got my mask, which are obligatory outdoors, but there's no one, literally no one about, so it should be okay. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know most of you are more interested in Italy than in cars, but this is the first time I've been able to come back, and I'm back, and I should be coming back regularly now as long as it stays this painless. I'll be back tomorrow with more things, and we'll start doing some stuff and checking some stuff out, and hopefully there'll be a meeting with the architect soon and I can update you on the Super Eco bonus. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, do subscribe because there's lots more coming. But bye bye for now. Stay safe. See you soon.